What is up, dude? My name is Jake. In this video, I'm going to be going over what I call the rebound zone, what it is, what to look out for, and most importantly, how to avoid it. So this is a very special topic. Before we get into it, I want to establish that I'm the founder of the muscle metabolism method, where I help skinny fat men lose that skinny fat body type, just as I did through self-development and building lifelong sustainable habits. So I definitely know what I'm talking about. And I've seen this problem happen to a lot of guys that one, who don't work with me, or I see they're at risk of when we do start working together, and we need to avoid it to fix this issue because it is a very big problem. Now, there's three big points I'm going to go over in this video, so I want you to pay close attention because the third one is probably the most important. So we're going to break them down piece by piece, and I want you to get everything you can from this video, extract all the information that you can. First thing, well, what is the rebound zone? Like, what does it actually mean? So if you've lost anywhere from 15 anywhere up to like 100 pounds of body fat, that's great. Congratulations. Like, that's hard. I know that's hard. It takes a lot of work to lose that much body fat, right? And a lot of guys, when they come to me, they're like, I've lost this much, but it's just that last 10 to 15 pounds I can't get off. And then on top of that, they're like, well, I have a little bit of loose skin, maybe, depending on how much. Like one of my clients, for example, he lost 100 pounds before he came to me, which is incredible. But he's like, I have a lot of loose skin and not as much muscle. I need to build that up, right? That was a big problem of his. What's the other guy talking? He's like, I lost a lot of weight, but it's just these last few pounds, I can't get it off. And I hear that time and time again. And why I call this the rebound zone is because at this point, you can go one of two ways. You can either make incredible progress, put on more muscle, cut the rest of that body fat. It's just going to take different kinds of inputs because when you're 100 pounds overweight or 40 pounds, 30 pounds overweight, it's not easy to lose that body fat, but it's simple because you just eat healthier, you eat less food, and then move a little bit more, and you can kind of cut down on body fat pretty quickly. But the last is the toughest. Now, you can do that and be successful. Now, the other option in the rebound method is your habits don't stay in place. You try what you've been doing up to this point and try to keep repeating that process because, well, it's worked this far, right? Progress starts to slow down. You lose hope. You either stay on the same path and don't make any progress, or you fall out and you rebound, gain a ton of weight, you don't feel good anymore, and you put on a lot, look even worse. And then sometimes you might gain even more fat than you had in the first place, which is like, that ruins the whole point of the diet. And then we're going to talk the debate about if this is becoming a yo-yo diet, which is you lose the weight, you gain weight, you lose the weight, you gain the weight. We don't want to do that. You want to avoid that at all costs. So with these 3 steps, I'm going to teach you exactly how to avoid it because that's the most important thing. So first step, protein every 3 hours while maintaining a deficit. If you've lost body fat to this point, it's because you've been in a calorie deficit. That is how you lose body fat. We need to maintain that deficit. That is one of the most important things because you need to maintain that deficit, drop it down a little bit lower to cut down body fat because creating an energy deficit allows for your body to use fat as energy. If you don't already know that, now you do. You want to stay there, right? But now protein is even more important because now you're on even lower calories, the lowest calories you've ever been on. So if you don't have protein, you're not going to be building muscle. You're not going to be as full and satiated as you would be normally. So you need protein. And you also need it every 3 hours. So I literally set a timer, and I recommend you do too if you really want good results. Every 3 hours, at least 30 grams of protein. If it's 35 grams of protein, that's great. If it's 60 grams of protein, that's really awesome. Anything above that might give you some stomach issues, but you want protein because it's going to be super important so that 1, you don't lose muscle, and 2, you can keep building muscle because you can, even in this time. But you don't want to, if you're missing too much of it and you're just trying to get all your nutrients from just fats and carbs and a little bit of protein, you're not going to be able to hold on to that. You're going to feel hungry the entire time and you're going to probably fall off the boat, right? Second step, directed efficiency training with intensity and focus on weak points. So you can't just do anything now. Maybe you did running, maybe you did a bunch of cardio, maybe you did some light weightlifting workouts, right? That might help you lose that first 30, 40, 20 pounds. But now you're playing a whole different ball game. If you want to put on more substantial muscle mass, you need to be training hard. Now, what does that mean? Everyone says train hard, and you're like, I go to the gym and I work hard, right? When you're there, after you do a set, are you out of breath? Can someone look at you from the outside and say, wow, that guy is exhausted because he pushed himself? So if you're not even getting to the point of nearing failure where every single exercise, every single set, you're getting to the point, say on chest press, for example, you're here, and then you're like, ugh, like pushing it hard to get it up, that's how you know you went to failure. And most of your sets, like 80 to 90% of them should look like that because you need to build muscle. And then also, something I do with my clients is what we call the directed efficiency workouts. What do you need specifically for your body type? What muscle groups do you need to bring up? Because now you have less body fat. You can see more and see, okay, well, maybe your legs are really skinny, or your back is not as wide as it could be to give you that V taper, or your abs don't look as defined. What is the weak point? And then we need to target those and plan those. Okay, those muscle groups you want to bring up the most, train them twice per week. Okay. If it's your arms, for example, say you do chest, shoulders, arms one day, back and arms one day, and then leg day, and then say another day you do a combination of upper body, throw arms in there as well. So now you're training arms 3 times a week. That's going to be a lot better for your growth and development because you're prioritizing, those weak points. That's important. And the training with intensity goes for every single thing. It's going to be hard. It's not comfortable. But if you're just going like pushing some weight around and then I'm good, that set was done, you're not going to be making results and you might rebound. So you need to watch out for that. Third step, lifestyle adaptations. You need to make these changes if you want to sustain these habits because you cannot just go on a diet or a strict diet, lose a ton of body fat, and then go back to eating normal like how you were before because your old normal eating habits are what got you fat in the first place. So we can't go back to that. You have to make lifestyle substitutions and changes. That's what I do with every single one of my clients. That way they can keep the results. That's why they get such great results because you cannot just crash diet. You cannot just go on a keto carnivore 1 meal a day, intermittent fasting, egg only diet. It's a real thing where people eat only eggs. You can't sustain that for the rest of your life, right? So we need to make lifestyle adaptations so that way you can secure this fat loss and continue to make more progress. This is the most important part. Don't let the weekends kill your progress. I've heard this so many times where people are like, oh, well, I go with buddies, or when football season is on, I gain a bunch of weight because I just eat and go out and party and drink. And then like when they drink, eat more food. You need to make lifestyle changes. How can you fit this into your lifestyle? If your diet is not structured for your lifestyle, I hate to break it to you, but you're not going to keep your progress and your results. If you have not started your fat loss journey yet, do not do one of these crash diets. Do not do one of these fad diets. They're going to be a waste of your time and you're going to feel disappointed. If you've already done them, you know what I'm talking about. So you need to make the lifestyle change. You probably learned that by now, and I hope you're implementing that already. If not, incorporate protein into every single meal that you have, every single meal without a doubt, at least 30 grams of protein. An easy way to do that is 1 serving of meat, 1 serving of steak, 6 ounces of steak, 6 ounces of chicken, whatever it is, fit that in, or a protein shake or protein powder. That'll also work. But you need that in every single meal at this point. Very, very important. Lifestyle adaptation also means like fitting your training in 4 days a week. You can do it. It's only 4 days a week. It's not that much, not crazy of an ask, especially to get in a crazy looking physique afterwards, right? So you need to get these last 15 pounds up. But what you do is very important. It needs to be very dialed down because you're not playing the same game anymore. Losing 30, 40, 50 pounds is easier than the last 10 to 15 pounds where you finally get those off and you can finally have the abs, finally have the six pack, and this summer be that guy that all the girls looking at the beach, and whoa, look at him, he looks good. And your family's going to be seeing you and asking you like, shit, dude, what is that guy doing? What's your plan? Like, hey, what are you doing? How'd you get so lean? Like, that is a great feeling. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you got some great value out of it. And if you want to understand how you can implement the entire muscle metabolism method into your lifestyle to build your dream physique by working with me one-to-one, click the first link in the description to see if you can qualify and book a call with me to chat to see if it's a good fit. I will see you in the next video. Subscribe. Peace.